You guys, hello, welcome to Kenny Bear's Arms. You remember a video I made a while ago regarding an AR that I was trying to build and put together myself, and I was having issues with the bolt carrier, catching and sticking, kind of like this guy here, and the range guy and myself, he wanted to take a look at it because I was like, I'm having a lot of feed issues. So I handed him a whole bunch of rounds that were, caved in on the brass side, just kind of, and he's like, man, your bolt carrier is really, really sticking in this upper here. He's like, you see how that is? And I'm like, yeah. And so we kind of determined that perhaps this was out of spec, or something like that. Oh crap, hold on. So after we kind of determined that that the upper receiver might have just kind of like, hey, maybe this thing is just like produced incorrectly or poorly, or machine, like something is slightly off about it, I was like, well, I'll go ahead and order like a cheap like Anderson. I found a Anderson manufacturing like blem, like non-assembled lower or upper for like, I don't know, 20 some bucks. It was on sale and it was a blem, so it was extra cheap. I was like, screw it, I'll buy that so I can like get a new one, put it together, diagnose my issue, and see if that's actually the problem. And here we are. I got my new one in, and I went and installed the barrel and everything, torqued it down to the specs, and again, hang-ups. It's hanging up on this one. Now, where it got interesting was because when I first received this upper, I tested multiple bolt carrier groups, and they all just freely flown. They slid gracefully right through this upper, and it was just fine. Gravity would pull it right out of the bottom, and it was not a big deal. So now my guess is that I'm using this vise block that I 3D printed, which no issues there. However, I'm thinking that just like the sheer clamp force, like putting this in a vise, so like this is the, to hold it still, but you can also put it in a vise so you can install the barrel nut and stuff like that. I think that this is the culprit. I think that just the sheer amount of force that the vise grip, the vise, the table vise, the bench vise put on this distorted the upper receiver just enough that it is causing the issues that I'm having. Holy crapola, sorry for the loud noises. And I think that's honestly my problem, because now this one's like stiff and hard to go home even under, I'm just like, so I'm guessing that's the problem. So I kind of did some more homework and some more research, and I think maybe what I need to buy, apparently there's a tool that you can, like when it sits in the vise like this, you can, and you probably can't see it well because it's black on black, and that's just not going to work very well for this video. But anyway, there's a tool that kind of goes in here and sets in here, so when you put the barrel on, everything's aligned right, and the clamping force is on this metal tube that goes in here, so it's not going to hurt or affect the upper receiver. And I think that is probably going to solve my issues in the future here. So I'll probably have to go ahead and buy another upper receiver, which is fine. Excuse me. And not a big deal. Just a nice lesson learned here for myself. Apparently I should have done a little bit more research ahead of time. There's also a 3D printable, like, I guess, vise block as well that goes inside of here. So I might try printing that and seeing how that fits in here, if it even fits in here now that I think this is actually kind of slightly deformed. So that'll be kind of interesting to see how that pans out. Yeah, because I think that's probably what my actual issue is that just the sheer clamping force to try and get this thing to not move and not slide around, not wiggle, is what's probably distorted the upper receiver just ever so slightly. Part of me wants to kind of try, and I just don't know of a tool that exists that would do this. But if there's a way to like put something in here to kind of just apply pressure outwards over here, just enough that it can kind of maybe revert, offset some of the pressure that, well, the deformities that were put on this from said vice block. If I could save it that way, that'd be awesome. If you know a way that could do that, that'd be awesome. Leave a comment down below. But obviously, like, if it's something that would affect the integrity of it, I don't want to really go down that road. It's not that expensive a part. I can buy another Anderson one for pretty darn cheap, so I'm not going to worry about it. But I wanted to see if I could get this done and actually working properly. So apparently we're back to the drawing board there. So you guys, leave a comment down below if you have any tips or tricks for this sad gunsmith, one of those situations where I know enough to be dangerous kind of a thing, and this isn't something you necessarily want to be dangerous with. So yeah, I guess I need to either A, try printing a new thing and to see if that works, or B, buy a tool that people have suggested to me and go that route. Sorry, this is kind of a long ranty video, but there it is. I think that's kind of where I'm at with this project, you guys. I know this is a long time coming on this one, but yeah, finally decided to try and take a stab at it and see if I could fix it, and I made it worse. So there it is, lesson learned, and I'll shell out some more money for a better and new upper. You guys, like, comment, consider subscribing if you're new here, and I'll catch you in the next one.